I still remember the day I stepped foot into Universitatea de Medicină, Farmacie Popa. I was so full of hope, so full of dreams. I thought I was making the right decision, that I was taking a step towards a brighter future. But little did I know, I was walking into a nightmare. As I looked around, I saw professors who didn't care, who only wanted to line their pockets with money. They didn't care about teaching, about nurturing young minds, about helping us become better individuals. All they cared about was getting richer, no matter the cost. I saw students who were struggling, who were desperate to learn, but were failed by the very system that was supposed to support them. I remember walking into a classroom full of enthusiasm, only to be met with a professor who didn't even bother to teach. He just stood there, talking about irrelevant things, not even bothering to check if we were understanding anything. And when we asked questions, he would just brush us off, telling us to figure it out ourselves. I felt like I was in a badly managed business, not a place of learning. And then there was the corruption. Oh, the corruption. It was like a cancer, eating away at the very fabric of the university. Professors asking for bribes, students being forced to pay for grades they didn't earn. It was like we were living in a third world country, not a reputable institution of learning. I felt like I was in a never-ending cycle of corruption, where the only way to succeed was to pay your way to the top. But it wasn't just the academic side of things that was a problem. The entire university was a mess. The infrastructure was crumbling, the facilities were outdated, and the living conditions were appalling. I felt like I was living in a hostel, not a university dormitory. The food was terrible, the library was understocked, and the campus was a mess. It was like they didn't care about our well-being, about our health, about our safety, and don't even get me started on the people. The professors were arrogant, the staff was incompetent, and the students were disillusioned. It was like we were all just going through the motions, waiting for the day when we could escape. I felt like I was trapped in a bad dream, a nightmare from which I couldn't wake up. I remember feeling so alone, so lost. I didn't know who to turn to, who to trust. I felt like I was fighting a battle on my own, against a system that was rigged against me. I was desperate for help, for someone to listen, for someone to care. But no one did. No one seemed to care. As I look back, I realized that Universitatea de Medicină Farmacie Popa was never a university. It was a business, a money-making machine that cared little for its students. It was a place where dreams went to die, where hopes were crushed, and where futures were ruined. And I was just a pawn in their game, a game I didn't even know I was playing. So, to all of you out there, I say this. Stay away from Universitatea de Medicină Farmacie Popa. Don't waste your time, your money, your hopes, and your dreams on a place that doesn't care about you. Go somewhere. As we venture into the realm of businesses surrounding the esteemed Universitatea de Medicină Farmacie Popa, a sense of unease settles in. The reviews paint a dismal picture, a canvas of disappointments and frustrations. Let's start with the shopping centers, such as Parlors Ayasi. Here, the issues seem to stem from poor organization and a general lack of concern for the customer experience. Navigation is a challenge, with unclear signage and a dearth of information centers. The parking lot is a nightmare, with visitors circling for extended periods in search of a spot, only to find that their tickets have been cancelled. The staff, unfortunately, seems uninterested in resolving these issues, leaving patrons feeling frustrated and helpless. Moving on to Fika, a popular coffee shop, we find a similar atmosphere of disillusionment. The service is slow, and the staff appears uncaring, bordering on hostile. Orders are frequently incorrect, and the coffee itself is uninspired. But what's most concerning is the apparent disdain for customers, with some patrons being told they cannot even bring a book into the establishment. It seems that Fika is more interested in cultivating an air of pretentiousness than in providing a welcoming atmosphere. Now, let's delve into the nightlife scene, specifically the Chicago Gentlemen's Nightclub. Here, the reviews are sparse, but they speak volumes. The establishment seems to cater to a specific crowd, one that values loud music and a rowdy atmosphere over any semblance of sophistication. For those seeking a more refined experience, this nightclub may not be the best fit. Vogue Outlet, a popular shopping destination, fares no better. The reviews criticize the poor selection of products, excessive prices, and most disturbingly, the condescending attitude of the sales staff. It appears that Vogue Outlet values its own interests over those of its customers, leaving patrons feeling undervalued and unappreciated. Lastly, we have the Dead Soldier Speakeasy, an establishment that, on the surface, promises a unique and intriguing experience. Unfortunately, the reality falls short. The service is slow, the drinks are overpriced, and the atmosphere, while ambitious, feels forced. It's a shame, really, as the Dead Soldier Speakeasy had the potential to be something truly special. As we navigate this landscape of businesses, a sense of disappointment settles in. It's as if these establishments are more interested in taking advantage of their customers than in providing a genuine, caring experience. The reviews paint a picture of neglect, of corner cutting, and of a general lack of concern for the people they're supposed to serve. So, dear traveler, be forewarned. The businesses surrounding the Universitatea de Medicină, Farmacie Popa may promise much, but they often deliver little. Approach with caution and always be prepared for the worst. For in this world of commercialism, it's every person for themselves, and the customer is often left to fend for themselves.
I was looking into crimes near Universitatea de Medicină, Farmacie. Popa because my cousin wanted to visit for 2 weeks, and I did not want her to cry in a foreign police station like I almost did last summer. The area around the university feels safe. All those students with backpacks and coffee cups, but the little shops hidden in the back streets are like candy boxes with razor blades inside. The first trap waits in the tiny stationery stores that sell PaySafe cards. The sellers act like they are doing you a favor. They speak fast English and tell you the codes must be printed right now or the system will crash. In 2022, one man called 3 different shops near the campus, pretended he was from PaySafe headquarters, and sweet-talked the clerks into reading 28 codes over the phone. 6,000 lei gone in 4 minutes. I bet the tourist who needed those cards for a taxi app just stood there staring at the empty receipt, probably missed his bus to the painted monastery, and had to sleep at the station because every ATM around Universitatea de Medicină, Farmacie Popa was out of order that night. The clerk most likely lost her job and still has nightmares about beeping card machines. The second trick lives in the grocery kiosks by the park. Businesses there are like hungry birds. They see a foreign bank card and peck at it until it breaks. Last October, a guy found a lost card on Kapu Hill, walked into 4 small supermarkets, tapped contactless for cigarettes and energy drinks for 3 days straight. When the real owner checked her app, she was already on the plane home, imagining she must have dropped it in Bucharest. She probably landed with minus €50 in her holiday budget, had to borrow money for the taxi from the airport, and spent the whole ride crying about how Romanians stole her memories. The finder got caught because the 5th shop had a camera pointed right at the pin pad. Police came, cuffed him while he was holding a melting ice cream, and I like to think the ice cream fell on his shoes. So when you walk past Universitatea de Medicină, Farmacie Popa please remember the cutest stores sometimes have the sharpest teeth. And if anyone rushes you to share a code, just smile and walk away. Your vacation is worth more than their fake urgency.